Does the thought of helping your child with handwriting just stress you out? Well, today I want to provide you a little bit of relief. So keep on watching to learn more. Hi, mamas. This is Amy, pediatric occupational therapist, founder of Playapy, here to rescue you with some playful solutions and powerful results. Now, I know that sometimes the thought of helping your child with handwriting can make you want to pull your hair out of your head. Here's the thing. A lot of times, parents are so stressed out about handwriting because they're trying to do it way too early, or they have not really worked on the foundational skills needed before you start working on handwriting. If you work on those skills first, if a child is ready, they will learn how to write much faster and easier. Trust me, I've been working with kids for 20 years on handwriting, and these are not typical children who are learning how to write. These are children who often have very significant difficulties, even disabilities. If you listen and follow the advice of working on foundational skills first, that's right, I said first, then you're going to find doing handwriting a lot easier. So what do I mean by foundational skills? Well, children in preschool are supposed to be playing, right? And they're supposed to be building up these particular skills that are going to help with handwriting. So I'm going to talk to you about 6 of them really quickly today. All right, the first one is posture, right? So when a child is writing, they need to have a certain level of posture. And if they are having difficulty holding themselves up at a table, if they can't do it at all, or sitting up in a chair, you're not going to have really great results, or they may not be ready to sit and write because oftentimes they're sitting at a table. So you want to work on strengthening their posture. Working on core activities is a great way to do that. So you could see in this video that little Noah is working on core strength to help with that. The next one you want to consider is arm control. What I mean by that is that your child is able to vary the way that they use their arms. Can they throw a ball fast versus slow? Can they move it with a lot of force versus a little bit of force? So arm control, understanding how to move their arms in an organized fashion, is going to be needed for good handwriting skills. So you want to work on practicing some ball skills. Another foundational skill is shoulder stability. And what that means is that the muscles around your shoulder joints are able to stabilize the shoulder so that it can be strong enough to sit at the table and do lots of writing. So a great way to work on shoulder stability would be something like wheelbarrow walking, right? Because you have to put a lot of weight on your shoulders and be able to hold your weight in that position. Your next foundational skill is bilateral coordination. Bilateral coordination is basically using 2 hands at the same time, but they're doing different things. So when you're writing and cutting and doing different things like that, you are using one hand as the doer and one hand as the helper. And bilateral coordination is definitely needed for that handwriting. So your hand is writing with one hand and holding the paper with the other. You'll be able to see this in activities like putting together form boards as well, or drawing skills, things like that. Another thing to consider is pencil grasp. Your child should be able to hold their pencil in a mature way. If they are not holding it in a mature way, then they are not going to be very efficient at writing and probably aren't ready to do so just yet. I've talked about this in other videos as well. I'll put the link up above for you to consider, but you want to think about if your child can't hold the pencil using their fingertips, they are not holding it in their palms, they are not grasping it with their full grasp. You want to have 2 fingers in the front, maybe 3, and the rest are kind of tucked in behind. And the last one you want to work on is visual motor skills. Visual motor skills are basically your child's ability to draw what they see. So This obviously includes drawing, which is a prerequisite before handwriting. So I often talk about how parents are really stressed about having their child learn their name, but they still haven't really worked on drawing these basic shapes, right? So you want to focus on the beginning skills for that first. You want to work on doing different strokes, maybe understanding how to draw a line down versus across versus curved. There's a great dice game visual motor video that you can check out. That's the link above. And that is going to help you with that particular skill in a nice, fun, and playful way. If you want to work on those visual motor skills, you can also check out the videos for how to draw shapes and how to draw numbers before you work on those letters. Okay, so there you have it. You have 6 foundational skills that you are going to work on. This is what you're going to focus on to prepare your child before you leap into handwriting. I want you to know that this video is part of a series on handwriting. So if you didn't get quite what you needed in this video, please check out the others. I'm going to be covering a lot of different ways to address handwriting because it is a huge subject. So it's all about preparation and mostly revolving around preschoolers. Did you find this video helpful? I hope that you did. If you did, I hope that you will subscribe to this channel, leave a comment down below, like this video, all that good stuff. You can also head over to playapy.com where you can sign up for our newsletter, where you can receive discounts and updates and all kinds of things related to Playapy just once a month. And you can also learn about the PALS handwriting program. So there's plenty for you to learn and many free resources there. Until the next video, I hope you have a playful day.